Yesterday, I spent 90 minutes listening to a conversation between two legendary geniuses in marketing and business strategy. Jay Abraham, who I've talked about several times in the last couple of weeks, and Robert Hargrove. Both of these gentlemen are thought leaders. They are, when they speak, people listen. And in both of their cases, large companies, large corporations spend thousands upon thousands of dollars to bring these individuals into their companies and to either provide personal coaching for senior management or even the CEO of the company, or just to meet and help that company re-strategize on how they do business. And these, literally, these two gentlemen have made millions of dollars by doing what they do best. So a couple weeks ago, I got an email. Obviously I'm on Jay Abraham's mailing list. Why is that so bright, that lights? I need to turn one of these lights down here. Hold on for 1 second. It's a little better. I am on Jay Abraham's mailing list, and a couple weeks ago he caught my attention from an email that he sent out that, and he's not one of these individuals who are constantly blasting emails. A couple times a year he'll do something very special. He'll get involved with some big names in the industry, and then he'll send an email out about that. But he's not one of these marketers who every single day send something out. At any rate, he caught my attention with an email that he sent out where he came up. He and Robert Hargrove in the interactions that they do, and they made a statement in this discussion yesterday that for 2 hours every week for the last year, the two of them have had one-on-one discussions with each other. I can't imagine why. I know one thing that came out of their discussions, but I can't imagine all the other things, all the other 100 things that they talked about. These two have a lot of things to say, very important things to say. And it was interesting to listen to them. They had never done anything together, so yesterday, for the first time, they were doing something publicly together, and each of their personalities, it was obvious there was a few little challenges as each of their personalities interacted with one another. But it was a wonderful discussion, and the expression that Jay Abraham said that he and Robert had an epiphany was actually 3 words: Masterful Thinking Partner. Masterful Thinking Partner. That every business, be it an established business or a new business startup, needs a masterful Thinking Partner. One who doesn't, and this was made very obvious yesterday, and this is what I liked about the concept. It's not about listen to me because I'm the best and you have to listen to me and do what I say and do it how I do it. The whole concept was for them, that Masterful Thinking Partner, to do a lot of listening. And based upon what they were hearing, then react with a different perspective on how one might look at it. And Jay was very clear yesterday that the concept was being targeted to small business as opposed to the Fortune 500, Fortune 100, Fortune 10 companies that he and Robert have consulted with over the years. So that really got my attention. So I wanted to listen. I wanted to hear what it's all about. I wanted to actually see if I could get involved. And today, and Jay actually said a couple weeks ago, and this is something also that I found extremely interesting, that he was going to be sending out twice a day for 9 consecutive days an email. In the morning email, the AM email would just be the topic of discussion for the day. The afternoon email would be a summary, a short summary of that discussion. I found that an interesting approach. A, the fact that he was telling you he was going to do it, so you could expect it. And B, that I believe, and I didn't even ask the question, what was his strategy, but if you missed my morning long email, here's a shorter email at the end of the day for what I said earlier. Great approach, great concept, great marketing concept. At any rate, I want to read to you the email that he sent today, knowing that today was the first day. He's going to have a series of, 3 or 4 opportunities like I took advantage of yesterday. I think he's going to do it 3 more times where you go, you sign up for 90 minutes, a 90-minute discussion. Actually, I have to tell you that I don't think I have ever spent 90 consecutive minutes listening to a sales presentation, a marketing presentation, a webinar online. I don't think I've ever spent 90 minutes doing it, listening, unless I was the one doing it. But I did. I was so enthralled at the message. And so I listened to every word. I listened to the questions that people were asking. They gave an opportunity at the end of the discussion for folks to ask questions. I didn't want to. I wrote 3 questions down that I wanted to ask, but made the decision not to for whatever reason. I wanted to hear other folks and their response to other folks. I'm going to read this email that Robert. No, I'm going to reverse the order. I sent an email to him this morning based upon his discussion and my participation, so that you understand, he had actually something to sell, and I knew that. I was curious on what it was that he had to sell, or he was going to try to sell me, and that's why I was going to this presentation, and I knew that. But I was interested in what he was going to charge for that. And to the point of what he was going to charge, well, let me read my email that I sent to him, and you'll get the picture. Jay, I truly am blessed with being able to spend 90 minutes with you and Robert yesterday afternoon. After more than 40 years of doing this stuff, my stuff, our stuff, your communication truly validated for me what I have done and not done with my own life. Your beta test pricing for Masterful Thinking Partner is phenomenal. Interacting with two of the world's greatest masterful thinking partners in either a one-to-one fashion or a group fashion is great value and generates a return on investment resource many times the original dollar investment. Now, if you were a company, an individual, asking either one of these two gentlemen for a one-on-one time, I'm sure they have one price for a telephone call of 1 hour of their time. If you whatever they're high-priced individuals. I have to believe one-to-one freestanding conversation with either one of them for 1 hour has to cost at least $25,000. You heard me right. One phone call for 1 hour, at least $25,000. Because of their expertise, you will indeed get a return on your investment. And each one of these individuals, listening to them yesterday, they probably guarantee their work, that you have to be satisfied. In fact, they mentioned another concept which I'm totally in tune with. They mentioned another concept yesterday that at this point in their lives, rather than necessarily charging $10,000, $15,000, $25,000, whatever the number is, for X amount of their time, they take an equity position with that company that they've been asked to consult with. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say that the company will lay out what their concern is, what their pain is, and either one of them certainly has the capability of saying, okay, I think I can share with you how you will make $1 million on the information that I'm going to give you. It would not be unusual for either one of those individuals to make that statement. But, there's the but clause, if I do generate $1 million of new business for you, based upon our discussion, I want 25% of that. I want 30% of that. So instead of their fee of $25,000, $50,000, whatever it is, they then say, and they have that much confidence in their abilities to listen, to understand the pain, and to present a creative solution for that company, for that CEO, for that individual, whatever. And in fact, they've earned that money. So instead of their fee, they now can get 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 times their fee based upon the information and what that information will do in new business for that company. Now, the reason I'm sharing that with you is that is the way that I have operated pretty much when I go one-to-one with companies. I don't often go one-to-one with companies. As a matter of fact, today, I don't go one-to-one with any folks. I try to make it a group kind of presentation so that lots of folks can take advantage of the information that I'm going to share, not just one individual. And that's not to say if somebody offered me that same opportunity that I would take some time, 1 or 2 or 10 or whatever of the 24 hours I have in a day, the same 24 hours that you have in a day, and take the same approach. Okay, I'm listening, I hear your pain. Here are my suggestions. I think that done right, executed properly, you will generate $1 million in new business. And for that, here's what I want. Now, if you're smart, if you're on the customer side of that equation, as opposed to the expert side of that equation, why wouldn't you give a substantial percentage, piece of the action, if you will? You'd be foolish not to. And that's called performance. It's called performance-based pricing. I am a staunch advocate of performance-based pricing. I don't even know what I would charge for an hour of my time, but the number would be big, except for members of my community. I will give time and not charge the big numbers, because my mission, my purpose, my focus is to provide the necessary tools, specifically in social marketing and social network technology, so that you can start your business literally today, if you so desire. That's what I want to do with my life at this point in my life, and so that's what I'm going to do. And so I will take the time, and when you get a very optimized, very Googleized landing page in the community, and you market it, and you sell with it, and if you have a problem or a challenge, you will always be able to send me a message as a member of the community, and I will go to your page and see what it is that you're trying to do. And if you're not accomplishing what you're trying to do, I will tell you, well, I think you can do this. I think you can make this change to make it happen. If I don't think there's anything that you can do to change it, I'll tell you that too. And we'll work the rest of it out. Why do we make offers? Why does Jay Abraham do that? Why does Robert Hargrove do that? Why do I do that? It's because we have years and years of experience. Experience says we know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, we play to our strengths, and we share what it is that we do. If I don't think, if I'm challenged with something to do and I truly don't think I can do it, I will say, I don't think I can help you. I've said that many times in my life. But when I do say that, I will also say, I can't help you, but I think here's where you can go to get some help. Okay. Back to my email that I sent to Joe this morning. I am not, and I go into explain this, I'm not going to, well, his pricing was $3,000. His and Robert's were, if you want to have a one-to-one experience with them, for $3,000, you can have 2 sessions a month with them. $3,000. I suppose they split it, so $1,500 for Robert, $1,500 for Jay. And that, my friends, is an amazing, amazing investment that somebody can make. If you participate in a group, now they actually said that their groups are going to be about 100 folks, 100 business owners, or 100 individuals. You don't have to actually own a business. You can start a business. And for those individuals, a group session, will be $500 a session. That also is a tremendous potential investment. And they also said, they were very clear, even though it's a group of 100 folks, sometime in that month, you would be addressed as an individual. I can't imagine a lot of time, but one question and their response to your question. To that point, if you go to davidsbarter.com/smallbizdavid, that is my landing page, I am seeking 10,000 mentors of entrepreneurship who will become charter lifetime members in the SmallBizDavid Foundation for the amazing figure of $99 for a priority membership. And if you want to get a YouTube endorsement of you and your business, it will cost an additional $100. So $99 for a priority membership, $199 for a priority membership with a YouTube endorsement. I guarantee, personally guarantee, your satisfaction. That if you spend that money and I've created an expectation and I don't meet your, as long as your expectation is realistic, it has to be realistic, and we'll talk about it if it isn't, but I will personally guarantee your satisfaction. You will get way more than $99 or $199 in return on investment value. I personally will guarantee that. Not difficult for me to do. I've had many customers over the years who have spent a lot more than that, and the same guarantee is given to them. Now, to that point of a personal guarantee, anytime you make an investment, be it the $99 or the $199, you need to have in place how you will measure that return. If you spend $99, what do you expect? If you spent $99 and you were able to generate $500 of revenue, I think that's a pretty good investment, 5 times your money. And you would spend as many $99 as you possibly could to get $500. If that's an accurate and a realistic return based upon what it is that you're selling and marketing. You need to be able to measure that. And if it's not a good investment, move on and do something that will be a good investment for you. Further, in my email to Jay, and I told him that I actually told him that I've already, it's not a good time for me to make new commitments, even if it's only $500 a month. I do have a $495 a month commitment on my part in place with a public relations agency, a firm, and I've been doing it for a year, and I have another year that I'm going to be doing it because they have returned that investment to me. That's why I continued on for a second year. If I were not spending that money right now with them, I absolutely would be spending the money with J.N. Roberts' Masterful Thinking Partner program. No question. And I told them that. And I actually said to them, 100 days from now, I will be ready to commit to your program. I actually said that to them. We'll see what they say back. Here's what I said to Jay in the next paragraph. I have followed you for almost 5 years now. When I read your first email several weeks ago, you caught my attention immediately. I have even spoken about your concept in my daily live streaming at stickhand.com and my YouTube recordings. And then I said all YouTubes ultimately become permanent keyword landing pages at davidsbarter.com. Jay, thank you for this moment in time. Your enthusiasm for a fellow 63-year-old individual. Remember earlier in the week I said I thought he was about my age, and he actually mentioned his age yesterday in this discussion that he had. Your enthusiasm for a fellow 63-year-old is refreshing and invigorating. I have always thought of myself as a masterful thinking partner. My dream is now to see how I measure up to Jay and Robert's standards. Once again, I thanked him for his time. P.S. Why do you do a P.S. to a letter? If you don't know this already, in a business sense, not necessarily a personal sense, but in a business sense, the P.S. is actually the second most read paragraph, statement in a business letter. Research shows it emphatically, the P.S. statement. My P.S. statement to him was, I will continue to spread the word of the importance of a small business owner, or more appropriately, an entrepreneur who wants to start a business, to seek out a masterful thinking partner. Now here's the last sentence. Stay with me on this one. If you visit davidsbarter.com /SmallBizDavid, you will see, I call them mentors of entrepreneurship. You think I'm going to get some kind of response from Jay on that particular email? If and when I do, I will share it with you.